day of hello, am I audible, Chitra? Anyway, we would start with the session right over here with one Om chant. We will begin. Take a long breath and chant Om one time. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you so much, people. Namaste, Sheetal ji.
Which class is this?
This is the anatomy session for the 300 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So it's not in our syllabus.
Okay, it's extra.
It's not extra. It is for 300 hours.
Okay.
For the
This
people who are.
can I join or I need to leave the same?
It depends upon you or the management. I mean.
Okay.
So I don't have any problem. Whoever can
Okay.
join the class.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So yesterday we have seen Nerika, even you have missed the session. We have discussed about some of the terms and the in deep and details about the names or the group of muscles. So that terminology of the group of muscles we have seen. So the muscles, the 650 types of and different types of muscles. We will not see this much muscles in the 200 hours with the Sheetalji in the morning, but we have seen many types of group of muscles names and their location as well here for yesterday's session. And also we have seen these muscles are named after some important terms like it depends upon the shape, it depends upon the size, it depends upon the location, it depends upon the direction of fibers of the muscles, it depends upon the actions what we do, it depends upon the number of origins, it can depend upon these many parameters where our muscles are named. So now we have seen all these parameters which will be helpful to name our muscles. Now we will directly see like you were present the day before. So we have already seen the muscles in our head in short, and now we will see the muscles in our arms, legs, torso, and our back. So starting with the back section, the muscles in our back. In this section, we talk about the muscle group. The most important and the huge muscle in our back. First, we're going to talk about that muscle is known as the trapezius muscle. So it's shaped like the trapezium. This is the back side. The muscles at the center is known to be as the trapezius muscle. Then we do have different kinds of muscles like the supraspinatus, infraspinatus, but we will see the major muscles first. Now we have the erector spinae muscle. So we do have the erector spinae muscle in the center, which is the deep muscle. This is the erector spinae muscle in the center of our back. The major muscle group we will be watching. Then we do have the latissimus dorsi muscles. Where are your lats? Depending upon the shape, here you find your latissimus dorsi muscles. These are your lats. These are the important muscles which we have just named yesterday. Today we are locating it. This muscle known as latissimus dorsi muscle. These are your shoulders. The shoulder muscles are known as deltoids. So the shoulder muscle yesterday, depending upon the shape, it looks like the shape of triangle. So this triangular shape like muscle is known as deltoid. This is posterior deltoid because posterior means back side. So deltoids are anterior deltoid and posterior deltoid. So these are posterior deltoids because this is our back side. So these are the very important group of muscles here in our back. We do also have more deep muscles here, but these are very important to remember the group of muscles in our back. Okay, clear?
Yeah.
Now we have to see some of the muscles in our anterior side. Now, so this is your front side. Towards the front side, again, this triangle will indicate the anterior deltoid. So these are your arms. Now the muscles at the front side here on the torso, there will be the major group of muscles. So the first major group of muscles here will be the pectoralis major muscles. So these muscles, the chest one, are your pecs. Pectoralis major group of muscles on the chest region. Then you have the rectus abdominis muscles. So the rectus abdominis muscles you find here on the abdomen. So these are your rectus abdomen muscles. Rectus abdomen, this word rectus, it depends upon the direction of fibers which we have studied yesterday. So the direction of muscle fibers in the rectus abdomen is like they are in one straight line. So these muscle group are straight. So this means rectus. The muscle fibers in straight line are known as rectus muscles. So these are on the abdomen. So we say this as rectus abdomen muscle. Straight muscles. Rectus means straight. Now, we do have the side muscles. Those side muscles are known as obliques. So we do have the internal obliques and the external obliques. So here are the muscles at the side. Diagonal muscles. These diagonally muscles are known as obliques. These are internal obliques towards the front side. External obliques will be towards the back side. These are the simple group of muscles in our front torso and trunk. We have pectoralis major. The deltoids are our shoulders. Then we have the rectus abdominis in the front and obliques at the side. Okay. Clear up till here?
Yeah.
All this group of muscles, how do they move? Or if we want to engage our pectoralis major muscle. Okay, we will see that thing also, but just would like to ask, if we want to engage the pectoralis major group of muscles, then what part of the body we should move? Can you just tell me?
Shoulder,
Shoulder. Why?
because pectoral is connected to the shoulder.
Because pectorals are connected to the shoulder, because it ends or it is inserted in our shoulder. So even though it starts from the sternum, the rib and the collarbone, they are ending towards the shoulder. And the ending, the insertion point, we need to move everyone. And when we move the point of the muscle or the point of insertion of the muscle, then we get that engagement of that specific muscle. These are the basic major muscles here in the front side. Now, more important over here, we're gonna see the muscle group of our arms. So here, the muscles of arms we will see. Would like to know here about the iPhone. We have a new student, I think. May I know your name, iPhone? Because, hello? Okay, we will proceed more further. I think your voice is not audible for me. The muscles of the arms. So if we consider the anterior view of the arm, anterior view and posterior view, which muscles do you find on the arm which is in the anterior view? So this is the anterior view of your arm.
Bicep is one of them.
Yep. You have the bicep brachii muscle is one of the group of muscles with the two heads. Is your bicep muscle. Then why it is said as bicep? Because it has two origins and one single insertion. Then apart from biceps, we do have on the upper arm the brachialis muscle. So the brachialis muscles are at the side of the biceps. These muscles known as brachialis, brachii. This term means on our arm. On the lateral side and the medial side of our arm, we have the brachialis muscles along with the towards the radius bone. Towards the radius bone. Which is the radius bone? On the which side you will find the radius bone?
Where the thumb is, on the thumb side.
So this is your thumb side. Here you will see the brachioradialis muscle. So you will see the brachioradialis muscle. So these muscles are named. Why brachioradialis? Because these muscles are ending to the radius bone, even if it is starting to the brachii on the surface of the upper arm. So these are the names, connection given from the origin and insertion. Brachioradialis group of muscles. Similarly, we have palmaris group of muscles. We have pronator group of muscles as well. So here, these muscles are known as the palmary longus muscles. Also, at the side, in the shaded region, we have pronator teres muscles. So the pronator teres group of muscles, that means which helps or allows the arm to face your palms down. So that pronation is what the term which helps the arm to face your palm down. Then we have the tendons and the flexors group of muscles over here. There will be a lot of tendons which will connect the muscles to the bones, like our radius, our carpals, even in the wrist, and the metacarpals present at the palm. So these are many tendons present over here. Easy and simple to remember, brachioradialis muscles, brachialis muscles, and biceps muscles are the important one to remember in the anterior region of the arm. Hope this much is clear. Then, anything you would like to ask over here?
No.
Which muscles get engaged, or like if I will ask about the bicep muscle, when does it get engaged mostly? Like on which action? When we do flexion movement. So flexion of which joint will engage our bicep? I repeat the question. Flexion on which joint will help us contract our bicep?
The elbow joint.
Yes. So where the bicep will end? In the elbow joint. So for example, what posture? In which posture you can give me the contraction of biceps? Can you tell any one yoga posture where we contract our biceps?
Yeah, chaturanga.
Chaturanga. And okay. So there are the many postures. Yeah.
So many postures like plank, even plank.
In the plank posture, we expand the biceps. So in the high plank posture, but in the forearm plank, yes, you are right. When we do the plank on the forearm, yep, we contract our bicep as well. But in the high plank on the palms, that time we contract our which muscle? Triceps, which is at the back. So flexion and extension are the movements. If one muscle is flexed, the other gets extended, which is counter muscle. So these muscles are also known as agonist and antagonist muscles. Agonist muscles are the ones which are getting contracted, where the antagonist muscles are the ones which are getting extended. So these are also named as agonist and antagonist muscle group in our body. Now we have the posterior view of our arm. We will see. And this, the major muscles in the posterior view is your tricep. So here you have the tricep. Tricep muscles are with the three heads. When do you contract the tricep muscles? Can you give me some postures where you will engage your tricep muscles? Upward facing dog. Do you?
Yeah.
Then downward facing dog.
Downward facing dog as well, yeah.
Yeah. So there are Any posture when we extend our arm, that time our triceps are contracted. So tricep muscle is the muscle which makes the arm you which makes the arm look bigger. So when the triceps are much more engaged, or when the tricep muscles are more pumped, even from in the gym, people just go for the workout for the bicep and tricep workout, but the bicep muscle, even if it is pumped, will not help a guy to make his arm look bigger. To make our arms look big, we need to work on our triceps, which has three heads, three origins, and one insertion. The biceps will have only two heads and a small muscle than the triceps. So tricep muscle very helpful if you work out on the tricep more than that our bicep will help the arm to look big. Those who are in gym practice or who are working out in the gym as well. At the back of our arm, so there are also brachioradialis muscles similarly over here as well. So the brachioradialis muscles, you will also find out some of the portion. This is your along with the brachioradialis muscles, there will be extensor group of muscles. So here there are all extensor group of muscles. That means extensor carpi ulnaris muscles. So if I will write down here carpi ulnaris muscle. What does it mean, carpi ulnaris muscle? That means the muscle which will originate from the carpal and end up in the ulna bone. So ulna bone. This is known as carpi ulnaris muscles. These are extensor group of muscles. Why? Because the time when we will extend our arm and when we will extend our wrist joint as well. This is flexion. This is extension. That time the carpi ulnaris group of muscle gets engaged here. Where here you will find out the flexors group of muscles in the anterior view. The muscles in the front portion of our arm are all the flexors group of muscles with the carpi ulnaris, with the radiocarpals. All these muscle groups are engaged due to the flexion of the arm in the anterior view of the forearm. And in the posterior view of the forearm, mostly you will find out the extensor group of muscles that gets engaged during the extension of the forearm joint with the wrist. Simple and easy muscles to remember: the triceps and the biceps. One gets contract, other gets extend. If triceps are getting contracted, then definitely the biceps are getting extended or expanded. Even if you work on the tricep, the biceps are getting extended. That means both the muscles are engaged, but one is contracting, other is extending. This is what agonist and antagonist muscle group. Counter muscles. We need to also work on the counter posture. So all the yoga practitioners who work on the counter group of muscles will help to improve the flexibility of the muscles as well inside, and will not make your body more stiff. So applying the counter postures in yoga, this is what we need to follow in all the asanas. We can apply the counter posture. So one asana, hold it, the other asana, do the counter pose. We have forward bend, backward bend. We have medial rotation, we have lateral rotation. This is counter. we have to do one balancing posture with the right leg, other balancing posture with the left leg. One side twisting, other side twisting, all the counter poses. We just cannot leave the specific part or the muscle group while doing any posture only on one side. So all are doing with the counter poses to avoid any further injury on the muscle. Cleared up till here.
Yeah.
Now there are the muscles of the legs that we're gonna see. So again on the legs, we do the anterior view and we have the posterior view. I'll draw the leg actually, but okay. This is a thigh, this is a kneecap, a patella, this is our calf, and this is the leg. How to draw the thumb? Okay. Anyway, I hope it looks like a leg. So, the most important group of muscle in our leg. This muscle I am drawing first because these muscles connect on the pelvic to the outside medial side of the thigh. This is the midline of the body. This is the sartorius muscle. The muscle which I will show above the sartorius muscle, the first muscle, that is the psoas muscle, iliopsoas muscles with the red marker. Here I will show you. The psoas muscle is located on this side. Where is this psoas muscle originated? This psoas muscle is originated at the base of the spine or towards the lower vertebrae of the spine. So this muscle of the psoas also originated on the spine. It is inserted, it is deep muscles which we cannot see on the top of the thigh. That is deep muscle. So deep muscle means a muscle which is under another muscle. So for example, if we see the quadriceps on the top of our thigh, but there are some behind, then we have this, and here we will find out the quadriceps on the top of the thigh. These are deep muscles more inside there. Psoas muscles will originate from the lumbar region of the spine, will end up in our femur bone here, which bone we have on the thigh. Hello, am I audible?
Yeah.
The video got disconnected. I don't know how, but now it is showing upside down the screen. But let me check again.
It's good now.
Yep. Oh, okay. Don't know how it is disconnecting automatically. So we have also the pectineus group of muscle, gracialis muscles over here. So the pectineus and gracialis muscles you find in the inside of the thigh, deep muscles, where you find on the quadriceps the muscles. The quadriceps means how many muscles you find on the top of the thigh? The quadriceps means how many muscles you will find on the top of the thigh? Okay.
Do you mean
Bicep.
like which
Yeah.
muscle? All of them
Not
or?
Not which muscles. How many number of muscles you will find? 4. Biceps means you will find 2 muscles. Triceps means you will find 3 muscles. Similarly, the quadriceps means on the top of our thigh, 4 muscles.
Yeah.
So 4 muscles grouped together will make up our quadriceps. So what are those quadriceps that we will see? So the first muscle on the quads over here will make the thigh more bigger. Yep. Here is the knee, and the muscle which is in the black shaded region is known as vastus muscle. So again, vastus muscle, we have seen the terminology of the vastus muscle yesterday, where it means huge muscle. So vastus medialis muscle. This is our medial side of the body. Here is our midline of the body. So vastus medialis muscle. Then we have vastus intermedius muscle. So this red one is known as vastus intermedius muscle. Then we do also have the rectus femoris muscle. Okay, rectus femoris muscle. Here, the muscle fibers, instead of shading, I will show the straight muscle fibers. So you will have rectus muscles as straight muscle fibers, which makes up our quadriceps. Rectus means straight, and femoris means this is our femur bone in our thigh. So on the femur bone, this muscle is being connected from the pelvic to the femur. So rectus means straight, femur means our bone. And we have one more, that is the fourth one, the vastus lateralis muscle. So on the lateral side, you will have vastus lateralis muscle. Means you have the huge muscles in the top of the thigh. Vastus means huge muscles on the top of the thigh. You will find. So vastus means huge muscles. Vastus group of muscle means medial side, intermedius in the midline, and lateralis means away from the body, lateral side of the body. So these 3 vastus muscles along with the rectus femoris muscles will make up our quadriceps muscle group in our thighs. Okay.
What is the one on the left before the knee? Vastus? Yeah.
Lateralis, lateral side. So this is lateralis.
Yeah, perfect.
We have medial and lateral. So lateralis muscle and the lateral side. This is our big toe towards the medial side. Toe. So this is the midline. Now, there are some muscles on our leg here. So in our shin and in our calf. On the shin and on the calf here, we have definitely some muscles, that is tibialis anterior. So where is the tibial bone? On the front side towards the big toe. So here this muscle will be known as tibialis anterior muscle towards the front side. At the side of the tibialis anterior muscle, and you will find the soleus muscles. So soleus muscles are at the side. You have the tibialis anterior, and then you have the soleus muscles more side along the tibialis anterior. Now, you will also find out the peroneus longus muscle here. This muscle on the front of the shin at the lateral side is known as peroneus longus muscles. You will have all the group of peroneus muscles. So this is just longus. So you will have longus, you will have brevis. So brevis, this word means short muscle. Longus, this word means long muscle. So we will have peroneus longus, which we can show. Peroneus brevis is a short muscle deep under the longus muscle at the lateral side of our leg. With the kneecap, all the ligaments you will find. So there are 4 important ligaments which connect our kneecap, which holds our kneecap. Kneecap is not connected here with our muscle. So the muscle connected to the muscle with the help of the connective tissue, that's known as fascia. And here, what is ligament? When a bone is connected to the other bone. So with the help of this ligament, when one bone connects the other bone, that are the ligaments, that is the kneecap, our patella is being connected to the other bones here with the help of this collateral ligaments around the knee. Okay. Okay, up till here. Yes
Yeah,
or
all
no?
good.
Now we
Good.
have the posterior view. Okay. So on the back, on the posterior side, we can say this is the hip and this is our leg. I will not draw any toe as this is the posterior side of the leg. So on the group, we have the biggest, largest muscle on the hip. Here, this muscle is known as gluteus maximus muscle. So this muscle is known as gluteus maximus muscle. Also, we have the gluteus maximus and we do also have the gluteus medius muscle. So gluteus maximus and gluteus medius. Also, we do have the gluteus minimus muscle. So gluteus maximus, minimus, and medius are the group of muscles you will find on our buttocks. So we do find these muscles on our buttocks, this is on our hip. Now, at the back of our thighs, this is the posterior view. On the front of our thighs, on the anterior view, we have already seen the quadriceps made up of the 4 muscles group. That means vastus muscles and rectus femoris muscles. But at the back of our thighs, these muscles are known as hamstrings. And hamstrings are made up of how many muscle groups? There are 3 muscle groups which makes up our hamstrings. Okay, there are how many muscle groups? 3 muscle groups which makes up our hamstring. So what are those 3 muscle groups that we're gonna see now? We have the semimembranosus. We have the bicep muscle over here, biceps femoris, and semitendinosus. So one is semitendinosus group of muscles. The other one is semimembranosus group of muscles. And in between, we do have the bicep muscle that is connected to the femur. So this muscle is known as the biceps femoris muscle in the center of the hamstring with two heads. These are not two different muscles. These are just with two heads connected to the femur bone. These sets of muscles here makes up our hamstrings. Okay. At the side, you will see here gracialis muscles in the anterior view. This muscle you will also find out over here in the posterior view. Some part of the gracialis muscle lies on the anterior side. Some part of the gracialis muscles also lies in the posterior side. Now, on our calf, there are important muscles on our calf. These two muscles, if you will see, if you will check your calf, there are the two huge muscles at the side of your calf. If you will touch your calf, those two muscles are known as gastrocnemius muscles. Gastrocnemius muscle.
Both of
It is
them
very
called
much
the same?
happened. Yes, both of them. So gastrocnemius are two muscles on each calf. And below at the side from the gastrocnemius muscle, you will also find the soleus muscle. Here I have denoted the soleus muscle. These are the soleus muscles. Even if you will find it over here, more away from the gastrocnemius, there are also soleus muscles. But the huge muscles on our calves are known as gastrocnemius muscles. These are the major muscles we need to remember. That means our hamstrings made up of 3 groups, our quadriceps made up of 4 groups, our muscles on the calf are gastrocnemius, our muscles on the front on the shin is known as tibialis anterior muscle. Also on our arms in the front we have the biceps. At the back, we have the triceps, are the important muscles we should know. On our chest, the pectoralis major muscle. On our back, the trapezius muscle. On the front, on the abdomen, rectus abdomen muscle. And at the side of our abdomen, on the back, at the side on the back, there are latissimus dorsi muscle, lats, where we engage those lats while twisting. Along with it, the only major muscles in our neck region we need to know is sternocleidomastoid muscle, which helps to allow to move our neck in all the directions. Okay.
Yep.
We will figure it out on the actions of these muscles. So on what actions that muscle will move in tomorrow's session. We will figure it out, the musculoskeletal muscle movement and its action of all the joints in our body. So starting from the ankle joint, we will end up with the shoulder or the neck joint. We will see. Okay. So we will end up this session by chanting Om. Keeping your back and spine straight and eyes closed, let us chant Om 1 time, followed by Shanti 3 times. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you so much, Naringa. Have a good day. I see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
With
Bye
the
bye.
new topic. See you everyone. Hari Om from Himalaya.
Bye bye.